Hi, man.
What are you doing?
I'm drinking wine and eating cheese and catching some rays.
Fix Binance! How funny was that? Fix Bayonets! Brilliant. What a cool film that is. Love, Honour and Obey, that one, if you want to check that out. It is quite funny. Yeah, we're back. And I'll tell you what, I can't tell you the relief. When work finished yesterday and we walked out of that place in the sunshine, it was just like a huge anvil taken off his shoulders. And this is one of the first chances I've had to actually get out in the woodland, you know, to escape it all. It's just stunning. I've just spent about 20 minutes or so just walking around the local vicinity, taking some footage. I'll show you guys later on of the bluebells and stuff. It's just incredible. It really is. The only thing that's spoiling it now and again is the old planes. You know, when the weather comes out lovely, you do get aeroplanes just crop up. It's all for them or bloody motorbikes that are really noisy and just ruining the noise, ruining the quiet, so I say. But hey ho, you got to smile and forget about it, you know. So yeah, taking a month off YouTube, it's just been crazy with work. I made the decision to just dedicate my whole self into work. Families come second, YouTube's come third, you know, friends have just had to go on pause. It's been so busy, like you wouldn't believe. I've never been this busy in my life actually. So we're pretty much out of the woods now, pardon the pun. We've only got another week or so of it and it's going to start dying down with the overtime, laying off all the contractors. I've pretty much been in charge for a while. It's new to me being a supervisor. You know, no more Mr. Nice Guy, people do take the mick and you do have to man up, if you know what I mean. So I've learned quite a bit. It's all for the good. And yeah, you know, this is an update video and you know, that sort of stuff. But one of the good bits of news I had recently was birth of my second grandchild, Elsa Rose. And man, that was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. 6'2" she weighed in at, and I'll show you a couple of pictures now. You'd love this. Yeah, she's a cutie, she really is, and she hardly cries. It's beautiful, spot on. And yeah, to say everyone's been made up is an understatement. The weather's turned out lovely. Your granddaughter's arrived. We've got a meeting coming up with 100 Preppers Plus later on. I'll touch on that later on. There's so much been going on. Pretty much since I've had that mini little chest pain scare at the hospital, I've been on a diet and basically just been eating healthy, but not too crazy crash bang silly diet style-y. Just, you know, fruit and veg more, and just cut out all desserts and sugary treats and chocolate. That's all just been binned big time. And it's been going on for just under a month and I've lost just over £7. So it's getting in the right direction. My plan is to carry on eating healthily like I used to, and no more takeaways and, you know, the odd buying packets of peanuts and all that sort of rubbish. Just been eating sensibly, and now the overtime's sort of dying down at work and I'm going to be finishing pretty much 4 o'clock every day. I'll have more time in the evening, feeling less knackered, to get some exercise in. So I'm going to be spending a good hour or two every day walking the dogs with a nice big pack on, a lot of incline stuff, just to burn some more weight off. And it's starting to feel good again, you know. It's really good. I've really got a spring in my step now, you know. It's been brilliant. Recently, I got sent a package. It still blows me away, really. All the way from Australia, and I've lumped it out here. Here it is, and well, you guys aren't going to believe the cost to get this to the UK. I'll just show you a close up. There she is. That is insane. I've got a feeling it's going to cost a lot more than the contents inside this box. Really, just blown away. It's from Rob, RDP Projects in Australia. And we take these off. We've got a bit of shade now and again. Let's get this open. I've changed my EDC. There's been quite a few changes in the month I've been off. I'll endeavour to get around to show you my upgraded EDC, a bit more on a keychain. So, part of my EDC is the Swiss Army Farmer. Now, I did say to myself, oh, I wonder what that was, there's air in here. I did say to myself that there's two knives that I wouldn't get, and you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. And I said to myself, I won't get one of those Victorinox things. I prefer to call them a Swiss Army knife, I don't know why. And I don't fancy them Moras either. My own preference. So, this being my EDC now, I've been testing this out lately, and I'll tell you what, I'm very, very impressed. Very well made piece of kit. So, let's cut the waffle and get into this box. Bloody hell, man, this is crazy. And this box was accompanied by a phone call at work, which caused pretty much World War III. And man, you know, you weren't to know, but that moment that you phoned, it was proper tenterhooks at work. And man, did it kick off a full-blown argument between me and my boss. I nearly quit my job. Proper crazy. But it's all sorted out now. It wasn't your fault, not to worry. Everything's all gone. We're smiling again. So, let's see what we got, shall we? Let's fold this little Farmer back up and put that to one side. Some packaging. And I've got a note. Let me just get this note. G'day gang. I think, yeah, I should be opening this at that bloody meet, but I've opened it now. What gives? I hope you like these little treats. Got to you okay. There's also some fat wood in there for you. It's been in storage for quite a while now, so the odour is not so strong. That's the first batch. Yeah, I remember, I've still got some of that. It still smells turpentine-y. What's it? To give you an idea of how long it's been in storage, this batch is the first batch and the same three. Have a fantastic bushcraft stroke prepper meetup. I so wish I could join you all. Take care, Robert. RDP Projects. Mate, this guy, generosity just excels himself. I've got a feeling I'm going to have to be sharing this out. Oh, look at this. Oh, good. Talk about being on a diet. I've been eating some of these sort of things as well, really. There's some natural, proper oaty bars, fruit and nut. Wow. No artificial colours, preservatives, flavours. Wicked. Really cool. Newspapers. I have to read some of those later on as well. What's this? Oh, Roach is going to love this. Cottage cookies, macadamia nuts. Roach still loves his bickies. And let's see, what we got here? Walnuts, cashews and almonds. Look at them size packets. Well, we haven't got stuff like this in the UK. Wow, man, this is the proper health kick I need. Can't believe you sent it all this way. And we got stuff all wrapped up as well. Let's get in there, shall we? Oh my goodness, let me put this down. Fatwood heaven. Oh my goodness. They're all individually Ziploc bags as well. Rob, look at this, I've got to show you. I don't know if that's coming in because the sun on the viewfinder is crazy. I can just see a white screen, so I'm hoping it's in the shot. Tons of fatwood there, all individually bagged up. So I'm going to be sharing these out to my pals at that bushcraft meet coming up soon. It's come around really quick actually. It's next weekend. And another little package that's been wrapped. Oh, what this is. Blimmin' hell. More healthy food. Fruit bars. Apple and cinnamon. Oh, look at these. Yeah, look. Oh, up and down like a fiddler's elbow. Don't they look scrummy? Oh, wow. All the way from Australia. Blimmin' hell. In fact, there was one thing I've always wanted to get my hands on, which we can't get in the UK, and I think I'm a cockroach or some. Tinned butter. It sort of pretty much never goes off. I don't know what the shelf life is in it, but you can only get that from New Zealand, Australia, and them sort of places. But at this moment in time, this healthy food is exactly what I need, and the fatwood is always welcome. I'll just have a tiny little chat with you later on in the video about my fire lighting attempts, for want of a better expression. So can't thank you enough, Rob. That's brilliant. Spot on, mate. Cost a fortune, Rob. You shouldn't have done that, man. That's just incredible. We'll have to get you back somehow. Yeah, earlier on I mentioned about this the 100 Prepper meetup. It's been dubbed as now. Next weekend. The good news is, we have sold all 100 tickets. They're all gone. It's amazing. So if you are having second thoughts or been umming and ahhing trying to get the dates available to you, Roach has approached them, and we've got another 50 tickets up for grabs. So if any more want to come, you're more than welcome. The tickets are £10 per person per night. There's going to be a few of us going to go there for Friday night. Not many. The idea is just to set a few things up, and just make sure we're all fresh and ready there on site for everyone to turn up, you know, from 9 o'clock the next morning. But most people, we've been told, are paying for the Saturday night, so there's not many coming on Friday, which is good. We try and keep it that way if we can, just so we can get things organised without spending too much time chatting to everyone, if that makes sense, without being rude. So yeah, it's £10 a night, as I said. It's usually about £7, but the reason why it's £10 is the extra £3 per person is paying for, we've got a medic who's going to be based on site for the entire trip. So it just frees up, you know, people who are first aid trained like myself, and Roach obviously has got years experience as a paramedic, plenty of other first aiders as well, so if there are any problems, we're pretty much well catered for. So the idea is we get someone there on site, and that's going to be their sole job. You know, we can sort of unwind and be ourselves without worrying about sitting in a tent all day waiting for someone to get injured. So that's his wages paid, and also we got a big huge lump of firewood, hopefully stuck right in the middle of the woodland, so everyone that's bashering down, who want to set hammocks up maybe, you haven't got too far to go to get some firewood, because there's an ecological assignment that's been signed off for the forestry workers there. No one's allowed to take dead standing wood and the rest of it. Where it falls, where it stays, is where it stays. Just to encourage wildlife and all the bugs and all the rest of it. So we don't really want to upset all that. So that's the reason why it's £10 and not £7, because there were a few people earlier on questioning why is it dearer. That's the reason why. So that's that sort of thing. There are going to be some ex-Special Forces members attending this camp. I can't personally guarantee that you won't be on film, because there is going to be a lot of cameras and camcorders around, YouTube, etc. So it's entirely up to you if you still want to come without the risk of being seen. I completely understand the reasons why you can't, it's not a problem, but that is a forewarning for you guys who I know are coming and thinking about coming. So there's that one. Spoke to Roach briefly this morning, just to make sure that I'm up to date with any of the events for next weekend. And there is a little slight thing that I didn't know about. Roach is going to be bringing along, I think he tells me, about £500 worth of kit, and I think it's over 90% of it is brand new and never been used. What he wants to do, I mean, we did say it's not a commercial venture and we're not going to be doing a car boot thing, so he's hit upon the idea of doing a raffle. Now, if anyone wants to win this £500 bag of stuff, it's just £5 a ticket. So if you fancy your chances, I mean, obviously the less people who play, the more chances of winning. But, you know, for £500 for £5, I mean, £5 nothing. It won't even buy a pack of cigarettes these days. So that's what's going to be going on with that. And also, if you do want to bring some gear that you don't really want, you want to get rid of, whatever, it's not a problem, because quite a few people have PM'd me before I had my month off to say, are you doing like a swap shop or bring and buy sale or whatever you want to call it. So there are quite a few people keen on swapping some kit, you know. So if you want to bring some stuff, by all means bring it along. We're trying not to spend in too much time organising this. It's just going to be lots of people turn up, do a bit of bushcraft, meet the people, and that's it. There's not going to be any commercial stalls or any displays or any teachings or anything like that. There's just not the time, you know, 24 hours to do all that in this amount of notice is crap, it's crazy. But if it pans out the way we're hoping, then maybe the end of this year or maybe next year we'll do more time and more effort, more planning, and we might have some, I don't know, sort of commercial ventures in the near future. It's something I'm personally not going to be involved with because I've got a full-time job and I just haven't got time to dedicate to any of that. So we'll see how that goes. We've just got some notes here because there's so much to talk about. You know, a month off YouTube, you won't believe what's been happening. It's going crazy. So yeah, I've been off YouTube for a month. I haven't seen any PMs or any comments or any videos for, it's just coming up to, I think it's a month tomorrow. So yeah, forgive me if I haven't replied to any comments or PMs. I just haven't seen YouTube at all, completely taken a month off. It's pretty much like a job sometimes, you know. I'll get home from work and there's people wanting this, that and the other, that sort of thing answered and questions. You know, I don't mind, but you know, what you've got to understand, it's not a full-time job for me and I can't spend too much time out of my life just going through everything. I'm sorry, but it's just how it is. So yeah, that's been pretty much it. And also I've been getting a few phone calls as well. Some of my YouTube friends and such like have my phone number, but for some reason I do get the odd unknown phone call without a number, and it's just a rule. I'll stick to my guns. I never ever answered calls, so I don't know who they're from. So if you have changed your phone or your phone number and you're trying to phone me and I haven't answered, I'm not being rude, I haven't died or anything, I just don't answer them sort of calls. So I will go through my PMs just to see if there's anyone who has been trying to contact me. So for that I apologise, and that's the reason why you can't get hold of me, whoever you are. Let me see. Getting quite hungry now, so I might just have a little walk around and have something to eat. Back soon.
朝に弔いの雪が降るはぐれ犬の遠吠え下駄の音きしむ因果な重さ見つめて
Yeah, Sandy, there's that primrose you spotted last year when we come out. Wow. And if you want, you can actually eat these. Right, just going to be walking around now trying to find some birch bark. I know I've got some fatwood, but I want to do this old style. Yeah, just basically just be collecting some firewood on my travels. Heading over to the other side of the woodland now where I do my camps, where I know there's a water source which I'm going to purify. Talk about that a bit soon. So, yeah, catch up with you in a bit. Wow, we're not alone. Check this out. This woodland's quite big and I don't cover it all, but every now and again there's always surprises. As you can see, the bluebells are everywhere. It's absolutely amazing. The vibe is just incredible. There's another little shelter going on there. And check it out. Clear blue skies. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well, haven't been walking too far and come across these. How cool is that? Just what I needed. I'm not sure how long these have been down for. Not long by the look of it. That is absolutely sticky. Yeah, that smells quite strong. Apparently one of the problems I was having when I very quickly tried to do a birch bark fire before, it was 2 years old, and what I was doing, when I was scraping it all up, it was just fine dust. And the very slightest bit of wind was blowing it, so it just vanished. So what the guys were telling me, via the feedback. So I think Sandy was telling me, I spoke to him the other day, he said the feedback from that fire thing I tried with Pete when I was out last time wasn't sort of well received, so I thought, okay, well I'll talk to you a bit more about that later on, but in a moment I'm just going to be harvesting some of this brilliant stuff, birch bark. Yeah, it's proper sticky, which I'm presuming is all the resinous oils that everyone talks about. I'll carry on harvesting as much of this as I can, and I'll get back to you soon. But so far, the little EDC blades come around quite well. Right, let's get some water. Now, we're going to be trying this out. Armour Cockroach had a few of these, so hopefully we can get this filled up. Yeah, I'm pretty much full up. Well, that's all it is, and it pretty much rolls up next to nothing. So what we're going to do first, undo the lid, there's the bottom there, and it just screws right on. And I think this sort of style filter pretty much screws onto most water bottles, etc. So it's quite handy. And also what I like about this, I've just noticed, is you've got plastic moulding around the top there, which now enables you to sort of grip it as you tighten it up. Nice little idea. And that's pretty much it. But before you get carried away and squeeze it in there, all this on the outside is contaminated water, so you need to dry that off. So I'll just rub all that all over my smock on the outside to get most of it off, because I don't want them drips going into there. Now, just take the top off, and you can leave it to sort of gravity fill, but obviously you don't want to be spending all day out here, so you can just give it a little gentle squeeze. Now you can actually roll it up as you go. I think this does 100,000 gallons, which is it's not too bad. I mean, for the size of it, that's pretty impressive. I'm not sure what it's like straight out to drink like this. I'm going to be boiling this, and as always, before you do stuff like this, I tried it out at home just to see how I'll get on, and it's about 450 millilitres you get out of a full bag, and that's about 400 in there, but it's pretty much just about enough that we need, and that's all it is. I think they're around £20. It's nothing really for that amount of water you can filter, and it just, as you can see, it'll just fold up and go in your pocket. You won't even know you carry it. It weighs nothing really. So we'll see how good this bit of kit is, eh? Well, looking for the very first start of your fire after your birch bark is gone. Stuff like this is absolutely bone dry. Now all this is bracken that's dried over from last year, and this stuff makes excellent kindling. It really does. So I'm going to grab a few handfuls of this stuff and take it over to where we're going to be doing the fire. As you can see, it's pretty much dry everywhere, so you do have to pay attention that your fire doesn't get out of control or spread. So think all the scenarios through before you even attempt to light your fire, because believe you me, you don't want to be trying stuff like this for the first time and then setting a woodland alight around you. You're going to be in so much trouble. Well, we've been getting some firewood together now. We've We've got some old rotten pieces, but it's bone dry, so we're going to be using that. I've broke it up to this point, but it's starting to make a bit too much noise for my liking. So I'm going to be trying out my little EDC again, which comes with its own little saw. So I'm just interested to see how this saw goes with the size of it. Yeah, I think we're okay. So we're going to crack on and cut through this wood. It's starting to get thick now, so it's not a bad test because it's only a small little saw. Okay, so far it's a nice little asset to the tool, that. Well, as you can see, I've just done the old firewood there, graded it all up. I'm looking at boiling something for around 10 to 15 minutes, so I'm suspecting this is going to be just about enough. There's nothing worse than getting caught short, so always do a little bit more than you think you're going to need. Especially when it's rotten wood, when it's dry, it tends to burn a lot faster than proper sort of firewood, if that makes sense. All I'm doing now is I'm just exposing the damp area of the ground because I don't want this spreading because it's blooming dry everywhere. I ain't gonna go too mad because I'm only using my mug, so it's not going to be a huge campfire, but just enough. Right, the secret is to all this sort of thing is get everything prepared. So, but I'll tell you what, before I actually start this, it's just something I like to say before I crack on. Now what it is because more or less I've been working my arse off for a couple of years now, it's been really, really crazy. There's not much time to go out and practice this sort of thing as much as I would like. So my videos, when I do them, it's to encourage people who haven't done this before, just to tell you the truth of basically how it actually is. I mean, there's tons of videos out there which are highly edited. Someone comes along and is going to want one strike and it's perfect. You can't do that for the first 50 times, it's impossible. It takes practice. Unfortunately, I haven't got time to practice, so what I tend to do is, as I practice, I film it. Warts and all my failings. I'm not worried, I mean, I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be an expert. So, one trick I used to pick up a long time ago, back in the military days, was if you train hard, you fight hard. And basically, all of my firelighting training, for want of a better expression, is done at the bottom of valleys, nearby streams, pretty much when everything's been soaking wet, saturated, it's cold, it's been snowing, and you know what it's like at the bottom of valleys near streams, it's always damp and it's very, very humid. And in fact, on some videos I've actually showed my temperature gauge with the humidity 98%. Now for someone who wants to train and practice in those environments, it's a lot harder to do. So today is a perfect, easy lesson really. It's bone dry, everything's clean and no problem, I'm not rushing. So this should pretty much go nice and easy. But I just wanted to say that for you guys who knock me for my firelighting. I'm not an expert, and as I said, I just practice and train in really, really bad conditions. So today, I've just found some fresh birch bark. Now, as I said before, the stuff I used before was a couple of years old, which I wanted to try out to see what it was like. And obviously, the wind just blew the dust and it was hopeless. So with a pile like that, there's pretty much no need to rough it up, I don't think. But mind you, you could give it a little scrunch up to expose some fibres. I don't think it's going to do any harm. it just gives you more of a chance of success regarding where your sparks land. So we've got all of the graded firewood, as I said. Now, this is my EDC. It seems like a big bunch of keys, but there's lots of goodies on there. And I'm going to go into greater depth later on with this video about all this. So what we're going to be using is a tried and tested, it's just a little survival Light My Fire orange, so it doesn't get lost. Believe you me, you put some green stuff down and you forget. It's pretty hard to find. So we're going to put that down there, and hopefully, just as the wind starts to come, that's how easy it is. When you try doing that in damp conditions with dust that's a few years old, it's pretty hard. And that's properly lit. We can just move that to the fireplace. Job done. Well, there it is there. It's all natural, no added chemicals, for want of a better expression. So we're just going to baby this now and just see how we get on. Well, the fire's on the go and we're going to be using this. I was given 2 of these, this is my last one, and these are amazing. They're brilliant, they're so good for you. I'm going to give you some close-ups now because they are pretty hard to find, especially for a reasonable price. And I believe these were £1 each, which is amazing value for what you get, really. Well, there's the front of the packet. If you need any further information on this, just pause the screen and read at your leisure. But that's exactly what's in there. It's perfect. So we're just going to open these up. And that's lunch. Nice and healthy. Really tastes good too. Now that's collected from a stream and filtered. And it just goes in there like that. And it gets boiled from cold. Nice and simple. And this little piece on the end there is mainly made for drilling, but for really getting in there to sort of hollow it out, it's a nice little tool actually. Well, that said, just enough time now and been resting, so we're pretty good. That was the spoon attempt. It's not going to win any beauty contest, but it's going to be okay. It's been in a fire now and it's burnt off loads of any small little shavings and splintery bits and any bugs that could be on there. Now to top it off, I'm going to be using my saw again. So I've been very, very happy with this so far. Well, that's what she looks like inside. And that, in case you've missed it, is chaga, all the way from Russia. So I was just going to put some of that in there as well. And I know you're supposed to boil it and all the rest of it, but I'd just like putting just a tiny little bit in there, and you're going to get like a fine dust. You haven't got to put loads in, and just mix it all up, and it's bloody good stuff. Very, very good stuff. So thank you, Lars, my friend. I've been using that quite a lot. I haven't got much left now. I've been having it with tea most mornings actually, so it's a good healthy drink. So that's all in there now, and we're going to give that a good old mix together. Looks amazing. Wow. And this has got its own vegetables in there as well, so you pretty much don't really need any seasoning. It's good to go. So that's going to be my fill now. I'm going to sit back and enjoy the bird song and the bluebells. Oh, that's better. Now for the taste test. This really is my my first try of this. It's amazing, really. The effort you go to try and put a bit of effort in. You seem to get rewarded by the enhanced flavour back, if that makes sense. It tastes amazing. Wow. Bulgur wheat. There's all sorts in there. Well, there's the fire pit, the remnants of. I've taken the big logs and they've gone in the stream, they're out. But as you can see, it's still smouldering. Now, you shouldn't just leave it like that, and don't attempt to just cover it over and think everything's going to be okay. There's the food there, it's all been eaten, very nice it was too. And you've got one of those thermal mats, for want of a better expression. And I've just been using that as my a seat mat. It comes in this pouch with Velcro, and it's got tags on there, you can attach it to stuff. Now I believe that come out of something to do with parachutes, that's all I know. But it's a great seat mat. What I'm going to try and do is fill that with water with a stream, bring it back up here and put that out. And there's probably about 70 to 100 yards away. I'm hoping it doesn't leak by the time it gets back, so I might have to run, that'd be fun. Anyway, see how it gets on. Well, there she is, look. As you can see, she's leaking a tiny bit, but I've still got all that water in there. There you go. Goodbye fire. Now you know it's safe. Well, that's it. Just chuck it up on the branch and just let it dry out a bit. Then I can pack it away and off I go. And all I do is just try and put all the coals and all the embers back in here. I mean, you can scatter them around, but I don't like to leave traces, you know, because you can see the odd bit of black charcoal dotted around, and for the trained eye, you'll pick it up straight away. So I'll just put it all back where it was, give it a good stamping down, and cover it exactly, pretty much, how it was. So the idea is you can walk past it and you'd never know anything happened there. That's the plan. Well, so far so good. This Victorinox Farmer is it's done really well today. Quite pleased with it. The only thing that I need to do is to batten with it. Not a problem, I wouldn't have thought. So yeah, the EDC is working out quite well. Now this is the Light My Fire, Swedish orange, and it's got a whistle in there too. I will go into more detail about my EDC, as well as the things I keep in my wallet too. More items are drying out. I just used the moss that I found by the riverbank there to give that a good wipe out and rinse. And that's pretty much dry as well now, so we're looking good. Always take the rubbish home with you, don't leave nothing lying around. I mean, nothing whatsoever. Almost forgot the chaga. Don't want to lose that stuff. If anyone's interested in chaga, contact Moscow Prepper. He can get hold of this stuff. A lot cheaper than the rip-off places that you get on the internet. And it's 100% pure, genuine stuff. There's no bullshit. This stuff, once you rough it up, will take a spark quite easily. And it's great, and all-round health benefits for this stuff. Check it out online, chaga. It's top drawer. That's the fire pit. Nice and cold now, not a problem. All the ashes and embers are back there, and you literally just cover it all up. That is leave no trace. They're so dosey, it's unbelievable. Well, thanks for coming along. It's been lovely to get out. It's only been 4 hours, but it's just a tonic to calm down after the madness, if that makes sense. Thoroughly enjoyed myself, learned a few things, which is good. That's what it's all about really at the end of the day, and had a lovely time, as I said. So hopefully we're going to see you at the meeting next week on the 26th. If you can't make it to there, try and make the Bushcraft show. I think every prepper and bushcrafter in the UK is going to try their best to get there, if only for a day or so. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay funky.